I recently did a video telling you how Dr. Kizza is going to die in jail. A news came in showing that Dr. Kizza is ill. The prison had brought him to seek some medical attention. And very many people, especially those who are doing propaganda, came out to say that is a routine medical checkup. But his wife, Winnie, revealed that he was not well to an extent that when he was brought to be treated, there was a lady who was hiding her identity, who wanted to do something bad to Dr. Kizza. In fact, Winnie said this statement.
Till this Monday yesterday, I went to see him and found him very ill. And he told me that he had been ill since Saturday. He had acute stomach pain and his temperature was high, and he was severely dehydrated. He had refused to be treated by the prison authorities, his captors, and was insisting on being seen by his own doctor. It wasn't until his personal doctor, Dr. Nandi Kanyerezi, God bless her, went there, pleaded with the prison authorities to allow her to have him at her clinic to be examined, because she said there was nothing there at the prison, not enough that he could use to examine him. They did not allow this until quite late in the evening. They waited for darkness and they brought him to Dr. Nandi's clinic in Bugolobi. I found out, I was not notified by the prison authorities, I am his next of kin. I found out in some way and rushed there.
That is Winnie. So, one of the signs that shows scarcity of power, authoritarian and a dictatorship is jailing political opponents. I'm not saying that jailing political opponents who have done wrong is bad, but jailing them for nothing, because we have a history that Dr. Kizza is the most jailed person, but there is no court of law that has ever convicted him. It shows you that we have a criminal justice system that is being used to settle political scores. So the purpose of this video, I've come to talk about the issues that were raised by Winnie, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagri. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to.
Treated, he was walking, but you could see that with difficulty. 6 prison warders were surrounding him, and they marched him down the stairs from the 2nd floor. I followed them up to the basement. Their cars were waiting for him at the basement. They bundled him in their pickup truck, one warder on one side, the other on the other side, him squeezed in the middle, and drove off. What was of grave concern to me was that all along at the clinic, I arrived, I had found there a woman who was dressed in civilian clothes, very strange clothes. She had a chitambala over her head, dressed like the way a Muslim woman would wear her, not hijab, her veil. But she wasn't wearing it properly like a Muslim woman would. So she looked funny with a big white chitambala on her head. I thought she looked curious. When the warders were taking Dr. BESIGYE, she followed them. So I also followed her. When we got to the basement, I got near her to ask her who she was, and she started to run. There was another car that was waiting for her. She feared to enter it and ran to another corner. I managed to take a picture of her back, and she pulled off her chitambala. These are the military intelligence people who are holding Dr. Besigye. I'm here to tell you that Dr. Besigye isn't a prisoner held by the prison authorities. No. He is a captive of Mr. Museveni and his son, the army commander. They are the ones holding him. They have their own military people in that prison who guard Dr. Besigye. He is a captive. He is not like any prisoner who has committed a crime and is being held there by the prison warders. He has always been held by Mr. Museveni and his son. The courts are also, the prison is a front for holding Dr. Besigye. But the people holding Dr. Besigye are Museveni and his son. The courts are just the place where they want him convicted, but they control them. He controls the courts and he wants him convicted so that he can continue to hold him in the prison, held by military men, and he wants to kill him. He wants Besigye to die in prison. Why is it that in this week when they shut the prison, that is the week when he falls sick?
First of all, Winnie BYANYIMA coming out to speak like that, I understand, because he knows where the revolution comes from. In fact, there are few waves like Winnie BYANYIMA who have stood through thick and thin for Dr. Kizza Besigye. Dr. Kizza, Uganda betrayed Dr. Kizza Besigye because as we are right now, we have nothing to ask from the great man. He went to the bush at a young age. He has been fighting for justice and constitutional reforms for almost 40 years. He has spent almost the entire life of his fighting for Uganda. Instead of people coming out to speak up so that he can be released, we are keeping quiet. We betrayed Dr. Kizza Besigye. For Winnie BYANYIMA coming out to speak like that, you clearly see where he comes from. A man at 70 being in jail. Kizza Besigye is going to die in jail because of those charges. Even the way he has been tried, you clearly see that the criminal justice system was he was on his case. He was first tried in the court-martial. When the court-martial was abolished, he's being brought in the court. He failed to get mandatory bail. Those political prisoners who were tried with him in the court-martial have never even their files have never been transferred to the magistrate. It's the reason why our judiciary must be, I think, all sent back home so that we can get new judges. It is the truth. Whereas, as Dr. Kizza Besigye was sick and doing bad, the spokesperson of the Uganda prison came out to make it as if like it was a routine check-up for Dr. Kizza Besigye and said this statement.
Amasimu kumacha ekitufu ntijo Dr. wa Besigye waliwo byabadde ayagala okucekinga nga bulijjo si bwe gusoose bulijjo bwe bwakyo kisobose tumutwala yecekinga ne bamucekinga ne bamuwa result bamuwa ekyetaagisa era naffe ffenna tugenda kwejanjabisa biseera ebyenjawulo so nejjo yatwaliddwa ne bakola test ezabadde balina okukola n'azibwayo mu kkomera era ne ripooti gye nfunye ku makya Besigye talina mutawaana ali bulungi. Werese siri mwogezi wa mukyala wa Besigye, njogerera kitongole ekyamakomera. Ripoota gye nina nti tewaliwo ekitiisa oba ekirina okuleeta okwemulugunya kubanga mwami Besigye n'abasibe abalala tebalina.
That is the spokesperson of the Uganda prison. For me, I keep on telling people that I've done a video saying on how Dr. Kizza Besigye must die in jail. What if Dr. Kizza Besigye dies in jail? What is the Uganda prison spokesperson going to tell the public? I hope he will also come out to say that those are no modest prisoners die there. Kizza Besigye is a senior citizen. Kizza Besigye does not deserve the life he is in right now in prison. Okay? Uganda, most especially those in power, should understand, but having an alternative view politically does not condemn you to be in prison or to be beaten or to be killed. Uganda is for all of us. Uganda was here before us. Uganda is here with us. It's going to be here 1,000 years and 1,000,000 years without us. We should never think that being in power, it is absolute. Of course, as my opinion remains truly, Mr. Makindi, if you're into this channel, please subscribe, like and comment so that I can be motivated to do more offset videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.